somebody else posted about the. Do we need our headphones for anything? Not really, huh?
I could take the thing out. I mean, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, but this is starting soon still. You should click live. You clicked live before, right?
Oh, there it goes.
Oh, we're gonna get feedback.
Something says live.
Yeah, it's probably just okay. I think we're live. Gotta be, right? Did you? Oh, you didn't post it. Do we need our headphones for anything? Not really, huh? There you go.
I could take the thing out. I mean, it doesn't really matter.
All right, we need to mute
need
this or something. Yeah, we just need. Can we see ourselves on the Hangout? Okay, so 0 viewers.
Mind if I have a beer?
That's pre-show. It's fine, right?
You think we'll get any viewers here?
I don't know. What do? We ask them to
I get like a thing to raise this up a little bit, you know?
raise what, the monitor?
Laptop, you know?
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know, is it too loaded, you think?
Yeah,
It's low to me.
They always say it's more appealing when you have it like angling down a little. It's when those people take those selfies, they hold them up like that.
Is that really fine?
Yeah. 0 viewers.
Get like this box or something. I don't think anybody.
There you go. We gotta be careful what we say though.
That's why I'm afraid to do this.
We got 1 viewer. Welcome. We're just trying to do something. Uh-oh. What did I do now? Rich, you may have to come back. Shoot. Welcome whoever's on. Now I just lost my video feed. Rich, how do I get back? I'm not used to this Mac. You're killing me. There we go. I got 2 people on.
Here, can you slide this on?
Yeah, sure. Sorry, we're just trying to set up, guys. Figured we go live on our end for now, and then when the show is ready.
You don't want GarageBand.
No. So wow, that's a little high, I think.
I think that's good. It makes us look good.
It'd take a lot more than that, dude. So yeah, thanks guys. I see if we have a few people on. So there's a slight delay with actually it's not Celluon. They're going to join. But the person that runs the behind the scenes stuff through AV Nation, they're having some delays. They had a family emergency. So we're tracking to maybe around 8 p.m. We're a little bummed that it got pushed by an hour, but that's what happens with these things when it's live stuff, right? I mean, we're not CBS. We're not that good, right? So trying to think, what's the best way to have people maybe ask questions pre-show if we want.
If you're logged on, we can get to the comment area. If you're logged into Google Hangouts right now, well, actually, probably most people are looking through YouTube,
exactly.
Right?
Yep. So can they comment on the YouTube video, and I'll pull it up on my smartphone, and we'll do it that way?
Yeah, because if we pull up YouTube now, it's going to get feedback unless we have the headphones in. But
well, I won't play the video. What I'll do is I'll stop it and just refresh the comments.
Yeah, that works.
Let's try that, guys. Anybody want to do a test comment on the video in YouTube and see if I can pull that up?
Yeah, we could do. If you're in Google Hangouts, you could talk to us through the chat.
That as well, yeah.
Could do that. That's probably the easier way, but the link that we sent out was through YouTube. So
now I'm going to pause that. Now, can I see any comments here? Live chat.
Yes. This is the first time we've tried this.
Oh, let's try live chat. Is that through Google Hangouts, though? This is interesting. Anybody want to try a test comment on this video, whether through Google Hangout or on YouTube? I'm going to type something here and see if it shows up.
I can't believe it's only Tuesday so far.
So any kind of questions or comments about Celluon, anything about their company, CES, other stuff? We're going to be talking DLP, and Rich has some interesting stuff from Cindy, actually.
Yeah, we'll talk about them a little bit later. I want to give away all the secrets.
Why can these comments aren't working, guys? I'm very sorry. Hopefully y'all can hear us.
We dropped a viewer.
Oh no.
Yeah. How are we supposed to communicate with anybody here?
I know. I apologize. Well, I thought we'd go on and at least see what's going on.
You gotta get on YouTube.
Well, that's what I was trying to do here, but it looks like it's going through Google.
Well, no, actually I could mute this, because if I mute this, it doesn't matter. Right? Because we're only looking at...
We don't have to look at ourselves. We're not that vain. See it right there. What the heck are you doing?
Oh, yeah, I have incoming video call.
Really? I don't see anything. Oh, you're signed in as a different account, so you're not going to get it when Tim calls in, by the way.
That's okay. We'll drop off here.
Yeah, sit down here for
Come on.
half hour or so, 20 minutes.
I forgot to be YouTube, not YouTube.
Yeah, we're trying to do something for you guys where you can interact before the show, given that we have the delay. Again, we apologize. Go down. Nope.
Here we go.
So you can't comment on it. It goes through. Hey, somebody liked it. Thanks for liking it. Hey, we got a half dozen people. So
it's
right here on the right side. Okay. Try on the right side of the video if you're watching it in YouTube. See if you can...
look, there's a little chat there.
All right, try that out, guys, girls, whoever. Bueller.
We're down two less viewers. I bet one of them is my mom.
Come on, man. All right, I'm looking at Facebook, seeing if anybody's sending us anything. All right, well, if we can't get the chat working, so what are the topics tonight? What are you going to talk about?
Well, we're going to talk about Cindy and Quanta Computing Incorporated. They have a really good relationship. I don't want to talk.
We don't want to give too much. I understand. Who the heck is Quanta? Well, they're big, apparently.
Yeah, they're huge. They're the largest manufacturer of notebook computers in the world. They have about 12,000 employees.
Wow.
Yeah, multiply that by 10. They have 120,000 employees. But they manufacture, they're the largest manufacturer of notebook computers. Customers include Apple, HP.
Wow.
And it sounds like they have some exclusive rights to manufacture the iWatch.
Yeah. So, all right, let's talk iWatch then.
Yeah, okay.
I hate the iWatch. I hate the whole idea. I don't think I would buy an iWatch.
Yeah, I won't.
Anybody out there, hey, there we go. Singer Farm Naturals, welcome to the show. I don't know who that is. I don't recognize the handle, but thank you. So it looks like the chat is working. So if you have questions about Celluon, Texas Instruments, Syndiant, anything else related to Pico projection, portable projection, let us know using the chat on the right side of the video. Thank you for that. I'm glad it's working. What's the one thing you want to hear from Celluon? I want to hear when the heck they're launching this thing. It sounds like it's at the end of the month. I don't know that they're going to be able to give a date other than late January, but I mean, it's already January 21st, so you got to imagine within the next week or so, right?
I want to know how many units they're expecting to sell.
That's it. Yeah, I wonder if they can even say that. But yeah, I mean, they say by the end of I don't know if everyone on this, we've got a handful of people on this, but in one of the videos, they talk about a worldwide launch by the end of this year. So that's pretty exciting. They're going to start in the U.S. I'm guessing, because, well, actually, I don't know why that would be. Sometimes you go in, Korea or Japan, sometimes with this kind of thing. So they're starting in the U.S. and then they're going to launch worldwide apparently by the end of the year. So I imagine they're not talking tens of thousands of units here if they're going worldwide with this thing. So I would imagine it'd be something, you're probably talking at least tens of thousands of units, if not, I don't know about this. The Pico projection market is still relatively small. It's in the millions of dollars as far as revenues, tens of millions. So I can't imagine you're talking 1 million units this year. You can't go from 0 to 1 million in 1 year unless you're Apple, right? Established. But I can certainly see some tens of thousands, maybe 50 to 100,000 units this year, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
If it's successful, of course. I mean,
as the largest manufacturer of notebook computers, you probably would think they probably have a capability.
They have the scale.
Manufacturing some many units.
Yeah. You're going back to the Quanta thing? Is that what you're saying? I was talking,
about the,
we were talking Celluon.
Yeah, that's what I was. Oh, wait, no, yeah, Quanta's not connected to that. Never mind.
Hey, maybe they will, though. They make a lot of stuff, right? So, let's see here. We got Tom. Tom, you're retired. Congratulations, Tom. You've been waiting. You've been following Microvision for a long time. Well, apparently a lot of people have. And I think, if we want to talk Microvision, let's do that now, because we're only going to have a certain amount of time at Celluon, and we can't have the whole show about Microvision. So we'll talk that now. So Microvision, yes. So they're tied in with Celluon. They confirmed that. Microvision confirmed that. It is their display engine in the Pico Pro and Pico Air that will launch by the end of this month, according to Celluon. It's been a long road for a lot of people, including, I'm sure, a lot of the employees that are still at Microvision. So the technology is finally maybe ready for the masses. I guess we'll see with the Celluon product and maybe some other products. The price of the Pico Air at $299 tells you that the display engine and the components therein have come way down since the Microvision Show WX and Show WX Plus. I mean, those products sold for a lot more with a lot less features. So yeah, we actually bought the original Show WX for it was $600 or something back in 2009.
Was it?
Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah, I mean, we have a handful of Picos. That was one of the ones because it's one of, the first laser-based Pico projector. So we, kind of have to buy it at that point. But yeah, I mean, we'll see how it goes with Microvision. If we're talking Microvision, who knows? I mean, again, the Celluon product could be 10,000 units. It could be 100,000 units. We really don't know at this point. And what that means to Microvision, TBD, I guess. But good luck to you, Tom. Hopefully it works out for you.
So I have another question from Jack.
Yeah, go for it.
So the biggest drawback of the product that you have seen thus far, I mean, I guess just the size of the...
Of all Pico products, I'm assuming this means?
I think this is just geared toward...
of product that you've seen so far. I'm assuming it's all the products we've seen so far.
All products? I don't know.
Yeah.
I thought he was talking about the Celluon.
Well, we haven't seen the Celluon, so that's what I'm
pictures
thinking.
of it.
Wow. Okay. So
seems large.
What's the biggest drawback of the Celluon then? Let's go there.
Large, that's all.
Seems large. It's like a little larger than my.
Hopefully
this is on the camera. I don't have a live feed, but this is the Galaxy S4. So it sounds like it's like, if the corner was out to here, it's slightly larger. Yeah, it's about the size of a Note.
I think just the size, really.
It's actually fairly small though, considering it has DLNA and Miracast. Sorry, embedded speaker, 1 watt speaker. That's actually fairly good for.
How bright is this?
30 or 35. Now I'm drawing a blank. I think it was 30 lumens. Yeah, 30 lumens. Sorry.
And how bright was the Show WX?
The original one was 10, and the Plus was 15. So this is twice as bright.
And so you would think over that time, though. I mean, when the Show WX Plus was, when was that, around 2012?
At least, maybe 2011.
Right. And it was about the size of your phone there.
Yeah,
you would think like that they would be able to cram something at least equivalent to the same size, though, at that same.
Right. So now we're up to 30 lumens compared to Show WX. We have a speaker, which they didn't have. We have HDMI compatibility with the Pico Pro.
Yeah.
Again, screencasting, which is huge. I think that's the biggest advantage of the Pico Pro and Pico Air is the wireless streaming. I think that's the main feature of it, really. Mm-hmm. I want to go back to the initial question. The biggest drawback of the product you have seen thus far. I take that to mean you mean all Pico projectors, and by that I take it to mean battery operated Pico projectors. Right now, the limitation has been the wireless connectivity, in my opinion, having to carry around a cable and plug it into a host device. And that's addressed with this one. That's addressed with the Favi J6 LED Pico, which is another one of our favorites.
We're starting to see those smart Picos is what it seems like what they're being called now.
There's actually a smart Pico, projector called the Smart Pico. It hasn't launched yet, and that supports screencasting as well.
Yeah, embedded operating system and wireless capabilities, definitely. You're right on the wireless capabilities. One of the biggest drawbacks on some of them.
You could say cost.
Coming up.
Yeah, that's the ecosystem. I mean, you didn't really have any control over that as a Pico projector manufacturer. If you had, a Wi-Fi enabled Pico projector 3 years ago, none of the smartphones were doing screencasting really anyway.
Yeah,
so
I mean, we started. I don't know if we talked about this in the last podcast, but in 2014 we started with
all products. Thank you, Jack.
Yeah, so Jack, so all products, right? It's definitely, I think, is what you said, the wireless capabilities, just a smart Pico concept. So 2014 we started with projectors that didn't have a lot of that. It was you got to carry around a cable or a lot of them actually feature the yellow composite video, which I think is a drawback on some of that too. I think they can better utilize some of the space for something else. I don't know why they still use the composite yellow on some of the larger projectors.
Sure,
they have the VGA adapter and they don't have the HDMI. I think now every projector, whether it be the small battery powered Pico projectors or the larger ones, you gotta have HDMI.
Yeah, and I think so. Something like the Pico Pro and
stuff like that
has the HDMI, right?
General connectivity though. Wireless.
You need the updated connectivity. Wireless and HDMI. I think they're a lot of people hate HDMI, but it is the standard now for laptops, for Blu-ray players, obviously for smartphones that have MHL or something like this. So it's HDMI and it's wireless. I think beyond that, it's a nice to have, but if you have one or both of those, I think you have a good product, at least as far as connectivity. Now, other drawbacks of all the products so far, price. I mean, nobody wants to spend $500 for a companion projector. I don't think. We're talking mass appeal. Nobody's going to go into the store on a compulsion and spend $500. Sorry to say, for a projector. I mean, people will spend that, but for a small battery powered one that you can use in controlled lighting environments, I think below 300 is a really big step. I think below 200 is really when it takes off.
I think you got to show people what the value of something like that is, being portable, and you need to make it convenient for people. With a projector that doesn't have those kind of advanced display capabilities, and you have to have a cable and that. How many times do you think of having a Pico projector, and then you have to have a wire and you connect it to your phone, and it's a hassle.
Yeah.
If it needs to be convenient for it to really blow up, it's just, okay, here, I want to show you a picture, and bam, I have, all my.
Right. So that goes toward embedded Pico projection. That's the holy grail. Yeah. The thing there is you're almost reinventing the whole cycle where you're going to have to give up on the brightness and then battery consumption. So that it's going to be interesting to see how they do embedded Pico projection. I really think tablets are where it's at for embedded Pico projection. Smartphones, I mean, people don't want to give up on the thickness, and I think phones are pretty darn thin right now. If they got a little bit thicker, I personally wouldn't mind. It wouldn't bother me so much. So maybe somebody comes out with a slightly thicker smartphone with a little bit bigger battery so that you can project for an hour and a half even from an embedded smartphone. But I mean, really, I think the big opportunity in the next 3 years, let's say, would be some kind of tablet device with a Pico projector. And so that would address, brightness, power, price. It would be worked into the tablet. So instead of, you say, I just got the Galaxy Tab 4. It's like a $200 tablet or something, $230. I can't remember. But so if it added $50 to the cost, but if you got that capability to project a 50-inch image or something, that's a compelling ad. Now for a smartphone, you'd have to be giving up some of that brightness and the power. And I don't think people are going to, right now, where the technology is, be able to or be willing to give that up in addition to spending an extra $50 or whatever, or maybe it's bundled with the, Verizon or whoever is going to sell more online streaming. So maybe they'll subsidize an extra $50. Hard to say. But, the biggest drawbacks, going back to the original question, is up until now is the connectivity. Now we've addressed that through Wi-Fi. And then certainly cost and brightness. Cost is coming down quite rapidly from what we're seeing. I mean, things used to be $500-$600, certainly over $400. Now you're seeing like the AXA P2 Junior is under $200, and that's a fairly bright projector considering the prices. I can't remember the exact specs. A little bit lower resolution, but I mean, it depends on what you want. But for under $200, that's a great value. Jack, start time of 8 o'clock. Yes. Again, somebody, if you're on this, watching this, we see we have a number of people now. Thank you. Use the comment section on the right of the YouTube video to chat with us. We're happy to answer questions let's give it another 15 minutes. We'll stop slightly before 7:45.
That's a good idea.
Because we got to jump off. Yeah. And then dinner time. Enjoy your dinner. Jack, anything good for dinner? Are you signing off already? I had a really bad dinner. Yeah, we'll sit on there another 10-15 minutes, and then we have to sign off onto a different Google account, unfortunately, so we could start the real hangout session. Again, if you're on this, give us a shout out on the right of the YouTube video to give us some questions. You can always ping us at Google Plus. It's at Pico Pros. Same with Twitter at Pico Pros. I'll get an alert on my phone. We'll be able to answer the question. So any of those will work.
Yeah.
So let's see here. Somebody, will the product be commercially available, and what stores will it be available in? All right. So as far as, again, by the end of the month, the Celluon Pico Pro and Pico Air are slated to be available. We'll ask once again tonight on our podcast just to confirm that. I haven't heard anything otherwise. Not sure why they've had the delays. Originally, it was going to be well before the holidays, meaning like probably Black Friday. Then it was moved to before Christmas, and then now it's moved to end of January. Don't know if they'll be able to answer that. Could be just production issues. Who knows? So when and where will it be available? Was that the other part of this question? Let me double check. Sorry. What stores would it be available in? That's a good question. That hasn't been disclosed yet. People that were at CES were saying Best Buy and Staples, I believe it was. We have to confirm that. If you look at the other retail channels that Celluon sells their products in, it's, I believe, Office Depot, maybe Staples, couple, they're on a bunch of online retailers to be sure. But as far as the Pico Pro and Pico Air, it's a slightly different sale for the company, whether it's Best Buy or whoever. I think it's well suited for a Best Buy where you can have, they already sell some of the other Pico projectors in Best Buy stores. I've seen them myself. Maybe like you have a display area with like 4 of them where you could, test them out. That would be a perfect setup for that. I can certainly see, obviously Brookstone, they have the Brookstone HDMI projector. Stores like that. I don't know that a Walmart necessarily. It's a different clientele. They're not really going to be they do sell electronics, of course, but
Pico projector is a very niche market.
Yeah, so you're probably going to go for the slightly higher end.
Maybe like a Radio Shack.
Radio Shack. How are they still in business? I could talk about that for hours. I don't know how Radio Shack. I don't know how Sears. I don't know how a lot of these companies are still in business. I haven't been to a Radio Shack in like 5 years.
There's still Kmart.
There's still Kmart. I mean,
one.
I thought Eddie Lampert was going to turn that thing around 5 years ago, and they're doing the same thing they've been doing for the last 15 years.
I went in there maybe a year ago.
Oh God!
And
in Kmart or Sears or both?
Kmart. I went to Kmart about a year, maybe.
I was forced to go like a year ago.
Yeah, I did not go on my own, and I thought, oh, this is cool. I'll go. I always go to the
blue light
electronics
special
section, right?
Oh God!
And I went to the electronics section, and they had the CD Discman.
Oh come on!
With like the anti-vibration
really
on it. Yeah.
Wow. Did they have a cassette Walkman
It
too?
was like I stepped into a DeLorean and I just
DeLorean
went backwards in time.
That's awful. They haven't updated the stores. They're not investing in the store. They always said Sears had a really good online shopping experience, and Sears website is good. It's comparable to a lot of the other ones. They were ahead of the game, actually, ahead of Walmart and all that. You're talking 5, 7, 8 years ago. They actually had a leg up on the competition. The only money they seemed to invest in the darn company was in the online shopping experience, because they certainly haven't done so in the look of the stores, the layout, the merchandise, none of that. But oh, here we go. We got another one. Mr. I apologize if I mispronounce your name, Mr. Francoeur. I'm sorry, I don't. I'm assuming that's French. I apologize. I gotta go. I'll check the podcast later. Beautiful. Thank you for joining us. We'll
half an hour or so. We'll probably be back.
Yeah. So hopefully we could do
Around.
this on the AV Nation one. We'll at least be able to see your comments. Hopefully.
Well, to be able to comment, we do.
We won't be able to.
Hangout.
We won't be able to comment on that thing, but we can see other people's comments maybe.
No.
Let's check that out at 8:00.
You have to do it through Google Hangouts, though.
Right.
Like these folks would have to sign in through Google Hangouts.
They can't see this on YouTube. That's what I'm saying.
No. The system that we normally use is Google Hangouts.
But it streams through their YouTube live event.
Does it?
They do exactly what we're doing right now.
Who does?
AV Nation.
They do.
Yeah.
Well, they usually have us private messages and stuff like.
Yeah, but we can use this if we want to.
Let's use this.
That's what I'm saying. It's working great. This is great. I love it. Would you guys want to do this for the live podcast at 8:00? Hopefully 8:00. I apologize. Do the chat on the right-hand side. Again, we wouldn't be able to answer every question just because time. I mean, we're only going to have 10 minutes for the initial news section, if you will, and then maybe 20 minutes with our guests. But we could try to, ask. I mean, we already have, and I already have questions, but we can certainly ask some other questions that you might be interested in. So let us know if you're interested in that, and we'll try to get the AV Nation folks to pull up the chat section on streaming through YouTube and do the same thing that we're doing here. So other questions. What were we talking about before? Sears, Kmart, Radio Shack. What other bad retailers? I know this doesn't have anything to do with Pico projection, but it's fun nonetheless. Yes, thank you. Yeah, we'll try to get the AV Nation folks to do the chat like this. We did link the podcast on our Facebook page. If you go to facebook.com/PicoPros, if you haven't subscribed, that'd be awesome if you did. And we appreciate that. But that's where we post a lot of our news, actually. It's more active than anything else. It's a Facebook, Pico Pros Facebook page. We post a lot of stuff on there. So we did post a link on there a few posts ago. So if you scroll down on our profile on Facebook, you'll be able to find a link to the podcast for the AV Nation, the Celluon podcast. It'll be different than this link. So I just want to make sure everybody's clear on that. So Sears, Radio Shack, the retailers that Celluon does not want to sell in: Sears, Radio Shack, Kmart. What other ones do they not? Dying retailers. Actually, all the other ones went bankrupt, didn't they? Woolworths.
I'm surprised. As big as Walmart and that is, I'm surprised they're still around because we had Woolworths, Caldors.
Eventually they'll go away.
I'm surprised that. I mean, I don't know. They're so huge, but. Where are you going to go?
So was Woolworths.
Walmart, what's comparable other than Target?
Target, and they kind of did the disruptive innovation kind of thing, having a slightly better product line.
Because Bradley's, Caldors,
something. I mean,
were big.
Think Circuit City, and then Best Buy disrupted them, right?
How is Best Buy still open?
Well, Best Buy they're still doing okay, but they're not doing nearly as good as they used to. These companies get so big that it's too expensive to do business. I think you're going to get. Just like Aldi's is finally breaking in around here as a grocery chain. If you're not aware of them, they do really low cost groceries. They do all private brands. I haven't even been into it yet. I just talked to people. And so they're taking a different model where they're actually going ultra low price because everything's private brand and going for real value as opposed to Stop and Shop or whatever's in your area. I apologize.
Food Lines or Publix or
whatever that where it's all like premium, the mass market brands where they got to make their own margin on top of what the grocery store is making. Grocery stores margins are razor thin. I mean, it's a few percent, I think. I mean, if you have 5% margins in a grocery store, you're like top of the line. So anyway, we're getting off topic, but I love talking disruptive technology and disruptive companies.
Yeah, we want to do the pre-show just to kind of, hang out a little bit with you guys.
Yeah, apologize for the delay. I mean, I like this. This is a good way to spend a half hour or something.
Yeah, no, this is a good way to get, if you guys have any questions that you had specifically for the podcast coming up, this is a good way to, hey, we could ask them during the show.
I got an interesting thing. So they're coming out with the Pico Pro and a Pico Air, Celluon, right? End of the month, last we heard. I seen a few people talking about what if they combined, so like they have a bundling package where they could do their Evo mouse. I think it's Evo. Yeah, Evo mouse with the Celluon, so that you get the wireless mouse with the projector, and you pair both to your smartphone, and then you have like a virtual, this is a computer basically, and then you have a wireless mouse and a wireless projector, a wireless screen. So I mean, I could certainly see a bundle like that. And I think at some point, maybe, that kind of bundles into like 1 or 2 devices as opposed to 3. And so you have, the projector has the keyboard built into it or the mouse built into it. And so you just sell that and that pairs to your smartphone. So then you have a mouse, a projector, and a keyboard all in one. I mean, that'd be pretty awesome. I would definitely be interested in something like that.
Yeah, especially with the embedded operating systems.
Yeah. Absolutely. So, one thing I saw somebody talking about as well, I forget the name of it, is it's like a Kickstarter program. I don't even know if it was Kickstarter. Rich had to go take care of his dog. It's a mouse, and it has an embedded, PC basically in it. And it had a couple USB ports on it, some embedded SD memory, that kind of thing. She had basically a virtual computer in the size of a mouse, so pretty awesome. So the only thing you needed to do is hook it up to an external display, whether it's a projector or a flat screen monitor, TV, what have you. That was pretty cool. I think if you had that with an embedded Pico projector, it would be pretty sweet. Let's see here. Is there a release date set? Oh, hi, Denise. Thanks for joining. We did answer this before. The last we heard is that the release date for Celluon Pico Pro and Pico Air is by the end of January. So that gives you just over a week. A week and a half. So we haven't heard anything different. We will ask tonight. We're meeting tentatively. The guest could change, but I believe we're going to be meeting with Peter Cha of Celluon. So he's on board with that, and we'll ask him that exact question if anything has changed. So stay tuned. 8 o'clock podcast. That's the last we have on it. That's 20 minutes from now.
Yeah.
So be sure to tune in then. We're doing a live pre-show.
Francis want to be on the pre-show.
So anyway, there's a delay on our video feed. So Francis, if you saw Francis, she's how old now? A year?
That's the Pico Pro's mascot.
She's a little over a year.
What kind of dog?
She's a French bulldog.
French bulldog. She has her own Facebook page. I forget what the
And
URL
she just
is.
won a selfie contest.
Oh, selfie. Oh,
For
God.
Mommy and me.
They are dog people. I like other people's dogs. I don't.
Francis.
Anyway.
Francis, come on.
Let's see here. Any other questions? What do we got here? Again, Denise, thank you for joining us. We have a couple dozen people on this. This is pretty nice. There's Francis on our feed. We're delayed, like as you can see, almost a minute. But let's see here. We're gonna have to sign off in a minute here because we got to get ready for the next call. Anybody before we sign off? Anybody have any other questions or anything they want to know before we jump on the podcast? Because when we go on that podcast, we'll hopefully be able to answer questions the way we're doing now. We're not sure we will be able to. And people have already pre-emailed us and sent us Facebook messages, et cetera, for some questions that we're going to try to fit into the show. Again, we have limited time. Hey, John, welcome to the show. Yeah, so stay tuned. 20 minutes, John. So let's see here. Where was I? Oh, so if you have any last minute questions, literally, we're going to sign off in a minute here. So get your typing fingers warmed up here. Let us know. If there's anything, we'll give it 30 seconds. If we don't see anything, we're going to sign off and get ready to do the official podcast.
Do we have a link that we can post in the comments?
For the actual show?
The show?
Yeah, go to the Facebook page. Yeah, good point. So they could stay on this feed and then get the direct link. That's a good idea.
Yeah, this way, hopefully we could just share the link with you guys
Go
here.
to the Facebook page and on what we've posted, our feed. Down there you go. All right, here you go. So if you're in the comment section, Rich is posting right now. What is that? Oh, that's the colon slash. That's too funny. Nope. Yep, you're good. It turned. Oh, geez, we can't put. They won't let us put a link in the comments. Dang it.
Wait, we're gonna put this in the video description.
Can you? Shoot. You know what? Post it again on our Facebook page. Go to our Facebook. Go to facebook.com/PicoPros, and we're gonna put a new.
What the hell just happened here?
Oh no. Repost it on Facebook. Just go there. So if we're still live, hopefully we're still live. Rich, what'd you do?
What the hell?
Hit go live now. Ah, there we go.
Okay, I think
So we're still live. Okay,
yeah,
welcome.
I think we're still
So
good.
go to our Facebook page, Rich, please, and post it as a new link. And just there we go. All right, so he's posting right there on Facebook page, and we'll be live in about 15 minutes. Hopefully, it won't take too long to get the people from Celluon set up with the Google Hangout. If we're a few minutes late, we apologize, but tune in around 8 o'clock. Please check Facebook link for the, yeah, there you go. So we're going to sign off. Thank you, everybody, for joining. We'll see you in about 20 minutes. 17. We hope. All right. Maybe click live. How do you go on live?
Oh, we gotta go to the other.
Stop broadcast. There you go.